Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into Economics for the Common Good by Jean Tirole, a Nobel Prize winning French economist known for his profound influence on the study and application of economic science. This enlightening book, published in 2017, ventures into the vast terrain of contemporary economics, shedding light on both theoretical frameworks and practical implications. Jean Tirole navigates the intricate relationship between the state and the market, challenging the conventional wisdom of their opposition by revealing their interconnected roles across various sectors. He addresses pressing global issues such as climate change, the protection of property rights, and the evolving digital economy, offering insights into how economic principles can serve the greater good. Economics for the Common Good stands as not only a testament to Tirole's illustrious career and contributions, notably his award-winning work on the regulation of utilities, but also as a source of knowledge for those aiming to understand the complex world of economics. The book embodies Tirole's vast academic achievements, including his authorship of pivotal texts like The Theory of Corporate Finance, Financial Crises, and the International Monetary System. This episode is tailored for anyone keen on dissecting the intricacies of economic theories and their real-world applications. Whether you're an advocate for free markets, a proponent of state regulation, or simply curious about the economic underpinnings of modern societal challenges such as climate change, Economics for the Common Good offers a comprehensive exploration of how economics can be harnessed to benefit society at large. Join us as we unpack the wealth of knowledge and insights Jean Tirole brings to the table, illuminating the paths through which economics can indeed serve the common good. Economics for the Common Good. Delve into economics with a Nobel Prize winner. Introduction. Embark on a journey through economics with a Nobel laureate. Imagine stepping into a world that isn't gray, filled with numbers, or weighed down by gloom, but is instead vibrant, teeming with puzzles that pull the curtains back on the global stage. This is the economics introduced by Jean Tirole, a French economist whose intellectual journey has been crowned with a Nobel Prize. His field of expertise isn't merely a collection of theories, but a lens through which the world reveals its complexities, surprises, and paradoxes. Through his keen observations, Tirole ventures into discussions that dissect issues of monumental importance to our time and future. Ever pondered why an organization dedicated to fighting poaching might opt to sell confiscated ivory tusks rather than destroy them? Or how the economic turmoil in southern Europe unfolded? Tirole delves into these questions with a narrative flair that transforms economics from the dismal science to a fascinating exploration of the human condition. At the core of his examination are pressing questions that affect each of us, directly or indirectly. Despite the shattering impact of the 2008 financial crisis, why do finance markets remain indispensable? What formidable barriers prevent us from addressing the urgent challenge of climate change, even as the alarm bells ring louder with each study? And in the delicate dance between state regulation and free markets, how do we find a rhythm that promotes growth, innovation, and the well-being of society? As you journey through this enlightening exploration, Tirole illuminates the poignant dynamics of the tragedy of the commons, where individual interests and collective welfare clash, the enriching cross-pollination between economics and the humanities, where lessons are drawn from beyond the borders of numbers and charts, the intricate web of causes leading to the 2008 financial meltdown, starting from the deceptive simplicity of dodgy mortgage deals. Prepare to see the world through the eyes of a Nobel Prize-winning economist, where every inquiry not only broadens our understanding, but also connects us closer to the pursuit of the common good in an increasingly intertwined world. Part 1. Navigating Economic Decisions Through the Lens of Confirmation Bias. Our worldview is not just a mere reflection of the external realities, but also a tapestry woven from our deep-seated beliefs and biases. It's human nature to gravitate towards information that reaffirms our preconceived notions, which in turn shapes our interpretation of facts and events. This phenomenon, known as confirmation bias, permeates various facets of our lives, including the realm of economics. In the economic sphere, this bias often sidelines objective analysis in favor of simplified heuristics that align with our existing opinions. However, this can lead us down a misleading path since the economic landscape is riddled with nuances and contradictions that defy straightforward logic. Take, for instance, the ethical conundrum faced by an environmental NGO committed to combating poaching. Upon confiscating a shipment of ivory tusks, symbols of a cruel and illegal trade, the immediate morally intuitive reaction might be to destroy them. Nevertheless, a pivot towards economic reasoning reveals a counterintuitive yet effective strategy: sell the ivory. Such an action not only provides the NGO with funds to further its cause, but also impacts the market dynamics by decreasing the scarcity of tusks, thereby undermining the poacher's incentives. Through the economic lens, the moral equation undergoes an intriguing transformation, underlining the importance of considering long-term outcomes. This example illustrates that economics transcends mere cold-hearted calculations. It recognizes the intricate dance of interests and choices within a market, a system designed to allocate limited resources. The marketplace emerges as a venue where voluntary exchanges occur, but it's not devoid of its intrinsic flaws. Markets occasionally fail to accommodate transactions appropriately, especially when externalities, or the impact on uninvolved third parties, come into play. The hypothetical scenario of a market where babies can be traded highlights how certain exchanges, though seemingly beneficial to the direct participants, overlook vital interests, such as those of the child in this case. Such market failures underscore the necessity for regulatory frameworks. Regulations aim to balance the scales, ensuring that the benefits and costs of economic transactions are equitably distributed, safeguarding not just individual interests but those of society at large, including the most vulnerable like infants, endangered species, and the environment. This narrative journey through the intersections of economics, ethics, and regulation prompts a critical reflection on our cognitive biases and the profound implications of our economic decisions. It advocates for a more nuanced and informed approach to navigating the often counterintuitive and complex economic landscape, with a keen eye on the collective well-being. Part 2: Economists: Guiding Lights for a Brighter World. What role do economists play in our society? Their contributions extend far beyond the confines of academic journals and university lecture halls. At their core, economists are explorers and guides in our quest to understand the complex dynamics of the world's economy. Their mission? To leverage their insights, fostering a better world through informed policymaking. This dual role, as both scholars and societal advisors, positions economists at the forefront of pivotal public debates. Consider the pressing challenge of climate change. As we grapple with the daunting task of managing our annual carbon budget to curb global warming, the expertise of economists becomes crucial. Their knack for budgeting and allocation offers a roadmap to navigate this issue with precision and economic efficiency. But how exactly do economists dissect and address such intricate problems? Their toolkit includes a variety of models, each designed to shed light on the behaviors and decisions of individuals and collectives. Among these, game theory and information theory stand out for their utility and insight. Game theory breaks down the strategic decisions of interconnected, self-interested parties. Through scenarios like the prisoner's dilemma, it probes the tension between individual benefit and collective good, navigating the complexities of decision-making in uncertain situations. This perspective helps illuminate the best courses of action for both individual actors and the broader group, offering a compass for societal cooperation and conflict resolution. On the other hand, information theory delves into the dynamics of decision-making in the presence of private, asymmetrical information. For instance, when a landlord privy to knowledge about his land's fertility leases it to a tenant. The choice of a profit-sharing contract over a fixed rent can reveal the underlying expectations and strategic advantages based on this private information. Such analyses do more than just predict outcomes. They provide a solid foundation for crafting policy recommendations. Through their exploration of game and information theories, economists are able to anticipate behaviors, guide policymakers with strategic insights, and ultimately contribute to making more informed, effective decisions that aim at the common good. In their journey to bridge theory and practice, economists serve as beacons, illuminating pathways through the economic challenges that define our era. From climate change to social welfare, they wield their theoretical frameworks not as abstract concepts but as tools for building a better, more sustainable world for all. Part 3. Expanding the economic narrative. Insights from social sciences and humanities. Economics, at its inception, introduces us to a mythical figure, the Homo economicus. This character, a paragon of rationality and self-interest, dominates the first pages of introductory economic textbooks. However, as real-life experiences with temptation and impulse decisions, like reaching for that extra slice of pizza despite our best diet intentions, show us, humans are not the paragons of rationality we are often made out to be in these economic tales. So, if the Homo economicus doesn't fully capture the essence of human decision-making, where else can we turn for answers? The rich fields of social sciences and humanities offer a treasure trove of insights. These disciplines, whether it be philosophy, law, history, psychology, sociology, or political science, are united by a common quest to uncover the intricacies of human behavior. Each of these fields contributes unique perspectives that enrich and complicate our understanding of Homo economicus. Enter psychology's contribution to the narrative, Homo psychologicus, a character who challenges the notion of unfailing rationality and explores the motivations behind short-sighted decisions. Why do we indulge today when savings for tomorrow or retirement would be the wiser choice? Psychology digs deep into these conundrums, exploring the roots of empathy and altruism, the capacity for selfless giving without the expectation of return. Sociology introduces us to another pivotal character, Homo socialis. From this vantage point, we see that economies are not just transactional mechanisms, but social systems embedded with trust. Our purchasing decisions often hinge not on exhaustive information, but on the trust we place in sellers or the endorsements from our social networks. But to fully grasp the forces shaping economic behaviors, we must also acquaint ourselves with Homo juridicus, a revelation from the intersection of sociology and law. This character highlights how economies are influenced not only by trust, but also by the adherence to, or deviation from, social and legal norms. Understanding why individuals follow laws and pay taxes, or why they don't, requires an appreciation of the complex interplay between legal structures and social norms. Through this expanded cast of characters, economics gains a richer, more nuanced understanding of human behavior. By embracing the insights from social sciences and humanities, economists can move beyond the limiting archetype of Homo economicus and venture into a more comprehensive exploration of what drives people, groups, and organizations. This interdisciplinary approach doesn't just enrich the economic narrative, it deepens our understanding of the myriad forces that move the economic world. Part 4. Interplay between state and market, a delicate balance for success. The dance between the market and the state is one of intricate interdependence rather than opposition, contrary to the prevalent narrative that pits them against each other. This relationship underscores the fact that neither entity exists in a vacuum nor operates flawlessly on its own. Instead, they complement each other, filling voids and correcting imbalances within the socio-economic fabric. Markets ignite the flames of competition and innovation, driving economies forward. However, without the guiding hand of the state, With its laws and regulatory frameworks, markets could spiral into chaos. The state's role in enforcing contracts and protecting businesses is pivotal for a healthy market environment, safeguarding the common good when market mechanisms falter. Yet, the state is not immune to failures. Politicians, driven by the relentless pursuit of election or re-election, often cater to short-term interests and whims of the electorate, sometimes at the expense of sound economic policy. The temptation to court voter favor with appealing rhetoric or to capitulate to the demands of influential interest groups can lead to decisions that are politically advantageous but economically unsound. These choices, while potentially winning votes, can result in policy initiatives which are challenging to implement and may have unforeseen financial implications. Campaign promises, particularly those involving fiscal spending, exemplify this quandary. While pledging to invest in vital public infrastructure might resonate with voters, the fiscal reality of funding such initiatives, often requiring borrowing, can lead to costs spiraling well beyond initial estimates. A similar dilemma exists within the corporate world, where decision-making is influenced by varying stakeholder interests. Businesses must navigate the expectations and demands of investors, employees, and other stakeholders, each with their unique priorities. Investors seeking maximized returns may advocate for strategies that undermine employee welfare, while employee-driven policies could prioritize immediate benefits over sustainable, long-term growth for the company. This delicate balancing act between satisfying stakeholders on one hand and making prudent, future-oriented decisions on the other is a challenge that both states and businesses must confront. The optimal path lies in informed decision-making that considers the broader spectrum of interests, ensuring that choices made today don't compromise tomorrow's prosperity. In summary, the symbiotic relationship between the state and the market is fundamental to both functionality and success. Recognizing and navigating the complexities of this relationship is crucial, ensuring that both realms work together harmoniously, seeking solutions that balance immediate needs with the overarching goal of sustainable socio-economic development. Part 5. Unlocking solutions to climate change through economic insights. Climate change presents a formidable challenge with its array of impending adversities. From rising sea levels threatening coastal cities to the increased frequency of droughts wreaking havoc on our food supplies. The dire consequences of global warming are not just future projections, they're unfolding realities necessitating immediate action. The complexity of enacting effective measures to mitigate these impacts, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, may seem insurmountable. However, economists provide a crucial understanding of why global efforts have faltered and, importantly, how we can overcome these barriers. The core of the issue lies in what is known as the tragedy of the commons, a situation where individual interests clash with collective well-being. The dilemma is evident in the context of climate change. While global reductions in greenhouse gas emissions would universally benefit the planet, the burden of implementing and bearing the costs of such policies falls on individual nations. Given the significant expenses associated with transitioning to cleaner energy and lowering emissions, countries face a strong disincentive against unilateral action. This disincentive is further exacerbated by each nation's relatively small contribution to the global population and, by extension, to global pollution levels. Thus, the perceived national gains from environmentally friendly policies are overshadowed by their costs, leading many countries to adopt a free-rider stance, benefiting from the sacrifices of others without making any themselves. The story of the 1997 Kyoto Protocol highlights this conundrum. Despite widespread agreement on the need to curb emissions, the initiative struggled with compliance, notably from major polluters like the United States, which opted out of the treaty. To navigate this impasse, economists have proposed two innovative strategies aimed at aligning individual actions with the global good. The first is the establishment of a global carbon tax, which would levy a uniform charge on carbon dioxide emissions across all countries, administered by each state. This approach seeks to internalize the environmental cost of pollution, making it financially burdensome to continue harmful practices. The second strategy involves the creation of a system for tradable emission permits. By setting a global cap on allowable greenhouse gas emissions, governments can distribute emission permits that enterprises can then trade. This mechanism introduces a market-driven approach to emissions reduction, incentivizing companies to innovate and reduce their carbon footprint for financial gain. These economic solutions offer a beacon of hope in cutting through the Gordian knot of climate change. By reconciling individual incentives with the collective need for environmental preservation, economics holds the key to unlocking effective, fair, and sustainable strategies to avert the looming crisis of global warming. Part 6. Addressing the economic quandaries of Southern Europe. The economic landscape of Europe, particularly within its southern countries, is riddled with challenges that cast a lengthy shadow over the future well-being of its citizens. Concerns are mounting as nations like Greece, Spain, and France grapple with alarmingly high unemployment rates, a stark contrast to their northern counterparts and economies across the Atlantic in the United States and Canada. This issue is especially pronounced among the youth embarking on their career journey and older individuals nearing retirement, many of whom face the grim reality of long-term unemployment. Job seekers in these regions confront a labor market filled with temporary positions that offer little in the way of job satisfaction or security. Simultaneously, the roles that do provide a decent wage demand extensive training, the financial burden of which primarily falls upon the taxpayers. Unfortunately, the woes of Southern Europe extend beyond the labor market. The adoption of the euro in 1999, initially celebrated for its potential to foster European integration and economic growth, has instead introduced significant fiscal strain. Indeed, since its introduction, the region has witnessed a misalignment between wages and productivity rates. While salaries have surged, productivity has stagnated, leaving these economies at a competitive disadvantage in the global market. Previously, individual nations could devalue their currencies to regain competitiveness. However, this avenue is no longer viable under a common currency overseen by the European Central Bank. Compounding these challenges is the issue of soaring debt, both public and private. As debt levels ascend, so too do interest rates, particularly as banks grow increasingly concerned about the country's capacity to manage their financial obligations. This situation places additional strain on the finances of southern European states. Faced with these multifaceted dilemmas, one proposition stands out with the ambition to dramatically reshape the European economic framework: the evolution toward a federal European state. This visionary concept involves a model where risks as well as responsibilities are evenly distributed among member countries, offering a potential path forward through shared solidarity and collective efforts to address the region's economic hardships. Part 7. The double-edged sword of financial speculation. Finance, a domain marked by contention and strong opinions, especially in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. The crisis cast a long shadow, painting bankers and financial specialists as daredevils who recklessly gambled with the global economy. Despite this tarnished reputation, the undeniable truth remains: finance is indispensable. Its deletion from the economic equation would have occurred long ago if feasible, circumventing the financial turmoil and the need for costly bailouts. But what exactly does finance entail? Fundamentally, it serves as a lifeline for borrowers, be it an individual securing a mortgage they would otherwise be unable to afford, businesses seeking capital to maintain operations, or governments in need of funds to manage public affairs. At its core, finance facilitates the essential act of borrowing and lending, without which the wheels of the economy would grind to a halt. Moreover, finance acts as a buffer against risk. Consider Airbus's situation, an aircraft manufacturer caught between earnings in dollars and expenses in euros, making it susceptible to volatility in exchange rates. Here, finance steps in to shield the company from potential financial storms through currency fluctuations insurance. However, the narrative takes a different turn when we delve into the realm of financial speculation. This aspect, underscored by the financial crisis, lays bare the potential for disruption. Securitization, or the amalgamation and selling off of diverse debts, is a pivotal practice in finance that can, under certain conditions, lead to disastrous outcomes. Let's break it down with a mortgage example. A bank's decision to either retain a loan or sell it off might seem trivial, but it harbors profound implications. While trading in loans allows banks to diversify and reinvest, the knowledge that a loan can be offloaded might incentivize less stringent vetting processes for loan applicants. The 2008 crisis is a stark illustration of the perilous path this can lead to. The realization that an enormous swath of mortgages had been granted to individuals incapable of repayment triggered a domino effect, collapsing the financial system. Assets, once deemed valuable, were suddenly recognized as hollow, leading to a frenzied effort to offload them, culminating in the bankruptcy of numerous banks. This tale serves as a potent reminder of the dual nature of finance. While it underpins the economy by empowering borrowers and mitigating risks, its speculative side has the power to unleash chaos, underscoring the critical need for vigilance and responsible management within the world of finance. Part 8. The symbiotic dance of state and market, steering economic vitality. The intricate ballet between the state and the market forms the core of thriving economies around the globe. While they may seem at odds, these entities are more akin to the complementary forces of yin and yang, each vital to the health and function of the economic ecosystem. Their relationship, marked by distinct yet overlapping roles, is a testament to their collective drive toward societal prosperity. At the epicenter of this dynamic lies the state, not merely as a participant, but as the cornerstone of market economies. The state assumes a tripartite role that shapes the market's foundation and boundaries. Firstly, through public procurement, the state enters the arena as a major consumer, purchasing a wide array of goods and services required for public utilities and infrastructure. This function not only fulfills societal needs, but also stimulates market competition, encouraging firms to vie for state contracts by offering better value and innovation. Yet, the state transcends its market participant role, also embodying the market's architect and guardian. In its legislative capacity, it crafts the very structure of the market landscape, outlining what activities are permissible through the issuance of licenses and permits. This regulatory oversight ensures a balanced playing field, where diverse enterprises from taxi services to supermarket chains can coexist and compete. Furthermore, the state acts as the market's referee, vigilantly overseeing the economic contest to prevent foul play. It serves to enforce fair competition rules, safeguarding the market from the pitfalls of monopolistic dominance, and ensuring no entity wields disproportionate influence to the detriment of the collective good. Simultaneously, the realm of the market shines as the crucible of innovation and progress. The essence of the market lies in competition's force to drive down prices, making goods and services more accessible to a broader segment of the population. This competitive pressure compels businesses not only to economize but also to innovate, seeking efficiencies that allow them to undercut rivals without sacrificing quality. The outcome is a self-reinforcing cycle, where the need to stay competitive fosters a continuous quest for innovation and improvement. Suppliers are pushed to harness creativity and technological advancements to offer superior products or services at lower costs, benefiting consumers and spurring economic growth. Together, the state and the market orchestrate a delicate balance, crafting an economic symphony where regulation harmonizes with entrepreneurial freedom. This dynamic interplay ensures that economies remain vibrant, resilient, and responsive to the needs of their populace, underlining the critical importance of both spheres in paving the way for progress and prosperity. Part 9. the double-edged sword of digitalization in today's economy. Welcome to the digital era, where the essence of our daily routines, shopping, banking, catching up on the latest news, or connecting with friends, is intertwined with the fibers of the internet. The digital economy has redefined how we live, offering convenience and a world of information at our fingertips. Central to this transformation are the platforms operating within two-sided markets. These digital intermediaries, including giants like Amazon and iTunes, have revolutionized the way buyers and sellers connect, breaching geographical barriers and fostering global exchanges. Their role transcends mere facilitation. They also impose regulations to ensure transactions remain smooth and equitable. For example, iTunes' standardized pricing structure for song downloads epitomizes this regulatory capability. However, this digital convenience does not come without its pitfalls. Trust, the cornerstone of the digital marketplace, is perpetually under threat due to concerns about personal data misuse. The dilemma consumers face about which platforms are secure is exacerbated by numerous high-profile data breaches, underscoring the vulnerability that comes with digital transactions. The invasions into the personal data of millions of customers across various corporations lay bare the fragility of digital trust. Moreover, the often opaque and one-sided terms of use that govern many digital services add another layer of complexity, tipping the scales away from user protection. So, what can be done to mend the fissures eroded by digital mistrust? A promising avenue is the application of legislation designed to safeguard consumers against unfair practices, analogous to protections in the physical world. Just as laws govern the terms of use in tangible scenarios, like parking lots, where conditions are bounded by reason and fairness, so too can digital transactions be regulated to ensure the terms respect user rights and data integrity. This suggests a path forward where digital innovation and consumer protection can coexist, fostering an environment in which the opportunities of digitalization can be fully embraced without the looming shadow of exploitation. Establishing robust, transparent regulations that protect personal information and promote fair use could be the key to nurturing trust in the digital marketplace, ensuring it remains a force for good in the global economy. Part 10. The Balancing Act, Intellectual Property Rights and the Quest for Innovation. At the heart of economic vitality and growth lies innovation. It's the fuel that drives progress and keeps the gears of the global economy turning. Yet, the journey of innovation is fraught with challenges, chief among them being the protection of the innovator's hard-earned creations. This is where the concept of intellectual property rights enters the fray, embodying a paradoxical yet indispensable element in the pursuit of further innovation. The logic behind intellectual property rights hinges on the dilemma of free riding. If innovations were freely accessible, the motivation for individuals and enterprises to invest time and resources into research and development would significantly diminish. After all, why pour effort into invention when the fruits of your labor can be freely harvested by others? To counteract this, intellectual property rights serve as a bulwark, ensuring that innovators have exclusive control over their creations and can reap financial benefits from their endeavors. This legal protection acts as a catalyst, encouraging the continuous flow of innovation by promising inventors the rightful ownership and profit from their inventions. However, intellectual property rights are not the sole mechanism for fostering innovation. History offers a glimpse into alternative strategies, such as the public competitions of 17th and 18th century Britain and France, where prizes were awarded to innovators. Following the receipt of their awards, the winning innovations were made publicly available. While this model undoubtedly motivated competitors, it faced limitations due to the unpredictable nature of innovation and the necessity of predefined judging criteria. Modern times have seen the emergence of innovative approaches within the corporate sector, such as the concept of patent pools. This arrangement involves competitors in a particular industry agreeing to share control over multiple patents, facilitating access to a collective pool of innovations, termed co-opetition, a blend of cooperation and competition. This strategy aims to democratize access to innovations and potentially reduce costs. Intellectual property rights, therefore, stand as a necessary, albeit complex, component of the innovation ecosystem. They navigate the fine line between safeguarding the inventor's interests and fostering an environment ripe for the development of new ideas. As we move forward, exploring and integrating alternative methods alongside traditional rights can offer a more nuanced and effective approach to stimulating the relentless engine of innovation. Final summary. Economics is a multifaceted science that mirrors the complexity and interconnectedness of the world it seeks to explain. Rather than offering one-size-fits-all solutions, it presents a spectrum of trade-offs involving diverse, yet all-important values and goals. The crux of many failures in economic policy and practice lies in the inability to find the optimal equilibrium between varying interests, be it in the realm of state governance, market dynamics, or the intricate relationship between the two. To navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities of contemporary issues such as climate change, the transition to a digital economy, and the quest for sustainable innovation, a profound understanding of economics is indispensable. This discipline, with its rich array of concepts, theories, and insights, equips us to work toward the common good, balancing individual incentives with collective well-being. By delving into the depths of economics, we can illuminate paths toward resolving some of the most pressing dilemmas of our time, ensuring that our decisions and policies pave the way for progress, equity, and resilience in an ever-evolving global landscape. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.